Cover the back, cover the back.
Back up, back up, back up.
Back it up, back it up, back it up. You gotta move back, you gotta move back.
Move back, let's go. Move back, move back, move back, move back, move back.
Let's go, let's go. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up.
Back up.
All right. Back up.
Now it's this one.
This guy, he comes out of here with the he's from Palestine. He keeps saying free Palestine. He got his face covered up in the Palestine stuff. He walking out. The police don't pay him no mind. I said it's him. It's
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming at you guys live. Situation over inside of New York. Just to bring you guys up to date before I bring you over to where it's at, just to let you guys know that the suspect is confirmed to be either dead and or in custody. There was initial reports that he was shot in the head, self-inflicted gunshot wound inside of the building. We'll let you guys know where that location's at here in just a sec. Current casualties that we know as of right now, looks like a police officer was shot in the back. He is being reported as dead. He/she. They didn't say if it was a he or a she that is dead. Gunman that was armed with AR-15 style rifle had opened fire in the lobby of the building, which houses Blackstone and NFL headquarters. A little deeper research into that as well. You guys are going to hear from it in a little bit. Reports about the 33rd floor coming in of a Jewish-owned real estate company as well, where he allegedly ended up turning the gun on himself. At least 6 other people as of right now that we know of were shot, including a security guard inside the building. 2 civilians were also confirmed to be dead, according to this report that I'm reading. NYPD and FBI had responded. Mayor Adams has urged New Yorkers to avoid Park Ave and East 51st. Also going into this, there was reports of a male and a female that were detained. That male was definitely wearing Free Palestine activewear, if you will, and said, you know, continue to shout Free Palestine, but he's not the shooter. And yeah, as we get into this incident occurred at 345 Park Ave. It's over near East 51st and 52nd Street, Midtown, down Manhattan. Just FYI, that 33rd floor, let me turn this down. That 33rd floor houses, let me see if I got this right. I don't want to read the name of this business wrong. The Rudin Management Company. And that's where reportedly security guard said that he ended up shooting himself in the head. But the report that I got after that was no, that's not what happened. And so we're still kind of waiting for some more of this to go on. Now, the Rudin Management Company that's located on the 33rd floor is a Jewish-owned real estate company from the early 1900s after the original owner had migrated over here from Poland. And I'm going to take you guys over the scene in just a second. Also, reportedly inside that building is the Blackstone headquarters, along with the, I believe it was NFL headquarters, if I'm remembering correctly inside of my mind. So I'm going to take you guys quick up over the scene. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing? Yeah, it's wild. I haven't even heard about this. And you live in New York? Nah, brother, it's going down. Let's go back over here.
him, and then they end up getting him. They got him, and they put him to the ground, and they got him. They got him. Tried to bomb it up. I don't know. He tried to bomb it up, and so did the lady. The lady that he came in there with, she left with a red bruise on her face, though. She went down in.
She was with him?
So that's crazy because I know that the male-female were actually detained, and that there's another report of somebody that's dead in the building as well. Yeah, I see it in the chat. It is the NFL building. Thank you. I see you in that comment section, Nate. Nate Vance, I see you down there. I see that comment.
Sergeant Rodriguez.
Hey, what's up, man?
Leave it right there. Can you do me a favor? Can you...
I love how that dude had his hands up like, bro, trust me. Well, actually, it's kind of fair. He's a white dude, let's be honest. Like, but he's not a younger age white guy. I was going to say, at least nobody's going to think he's a suspect the way he looks and the way he's running. But then again, it is America.
Jesus. Oh, my gosh.
No, that's the alleged pic of the shooter on the thumbnail. I'm going to pull it up in a second. Also,
Dude,
got a name for him.
Every day.
And it's going to get weird.
Okay, good. Apparently there's a shooter on Park Ave. It seems like in the black zone alone. Yeah. Okay. Thank goodness. Alright. I'm going to, there's, like a bunch of cops congregating outside of 345 Park. They're behind...
Yeah, allegedly that's the shooter.
cars.
Thank you, Bo Williams. Allegedly that's the shooter.
There's 1, 2, 3. This is gonna be like a big deal. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ambulances. I mean, there's guys in. Yes, they're putting it right now with long ones.
All right, I'm going to get this up on the screen for you guys real quick. Give me just a sec. I'm going to give you this is allegedly CCTV footage of the shooter. And again, I got to use the term allegedly here, but this is allegedly a CCTV footage of the shooter. Now, the guy that I ended up seeing detained earlier by law enforcement that was being described by that female in the video was wearing a no BS, like Free Palestine, like t-shirt and stuff like that. And there was a female allegedly that also ended up getting detained by law enforcement. This is allegedly CCTV footage of the actual shooter himself. I ended up getting given a name as well on this post over that I ended up doing on X. Now, here's the crazy part about this post. I ended up putting them on X. Somebody actually said, and again, this is unconfirmed, so I'm just throwing it out there, unconfirmed, that the guy's name is Shane Tamora. I went over and did some research real quick before I ended up going live on Shane Tamora, and ended up coming across this tweet right here. And what it ends up saying is, I'm never going to give up on Terry Tamora and Shane. If anybody knows anything or lead, please bang my line. I miss my dog, been searching for years and still no word. I'm going to tweet every day till somebody leads me. I don't GAF. Even a retweet could help. Please, our boy needs us. Looks like he was found. That was actually dated January 2nd of 2018. Now, crazy part enough about the dude that was walking in the photo, and I'll let you guys compare it for yourself. Ended up checking that name and ended up coming across this guy right here. This is an 8-year-old interview that got put out on, I believe it was YouTube, if I remember right, from a high school football game. And allegedly, this is a gentleman named Shane Tamora. Now, if we were to go back and reference that over the original post that I ended up sharing with you guys, let me get up over there, of the suspect. And remember that it's been aged 8 years, right? That's who I'm being told. And I also got told that that is no longer CCTV. That is confirmed that is the CCTV footage. Yep, that's what I'm hearing. Yep. Give me 1 sec as I read this. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh. Give me 1 sec while I respond to this. I don't like that. All right. So yeah, being told now that he's from Vegas, which is weird. I also heard that there was a Nevada license plate in the attached to the suspect's vehicle that was over there. So, yep. So yeah, the guy apparently drove all the way up from freaking Vegas to do this. It would seem like, ooh, crap. Allegedly, this is the shooter. This just popped up. Concealed firearms permit from the state of New York, issued 6/14/2022, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. They're saying that they ended up finding that over there. So it looks like that more and more information is coming out that this is the shooter. It does kind of match up with the guy that's on the ground. Las Vegas Metro PD, concealed firearms permit. Holy crap, man. That's not good. So see where that's going to go. And that definitely, if they go back and forth between these two, there he is there he is there. That appears to be the same gentleman. NYC shooting suspect identified as Shane Tamura. The suspect in Middletown, Manhattan office shooting reportedly was identified by Shane D. Tamura from Las Vegas. Yep, that's what's being put out right now. So that's, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that looks like where he ended up coming from and what he ended up doing. Lots of other videos and stuff like that that are pouring in as I sit here and I scroll through this, trying to get you guys an updated casualty count for this incident as it continues to like unfold. Unknown how many actually ended up getting shot inside versus outside the building. Still waiting on all of that information as it continues to roll in. Jimmy O'Rourke, thank you, James, coming and giving out 5 Speak the Truth memberships. Appreciate that. Let me get back over there and see if we can't find some more stuff that's coming out on this as we sit here. This is allegedly the officer that ended up getting shot and then doing CPR on him as they are moving him over to the ambulance, taking him over to get help. I'm not going to put that on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just not going to do it. Allegedly, that was an officer getting carried off the scene as he was coming over. Let's go ahead and jump over just for a quick sec while I look for something else right quick and let you guys listen to some Fox News reporting on it.
This may seem more of an internal type of scenario, maybe a former employee, because it seemed that he knew exactly where he wanted to be and where to go with respect to operating or using an elevator to get up onto a particular floor, not necessarily just laying in waiting downstairs. And Jesse, I wanted to take this opportunity. This is a perfect example for your viewers to understand that have a plan in place. Don't overthink things, but when you go to work and you're in an office type of environment, milliseconds can be the difference between life and death.
Okay, so that is a former FBI agent that is stating that he knew exactly where he was going to be going inside of the building, that he took out the security guard within seconds of entering into the building and went directly to where he wanted to go. So whatever the actual target was in this, it looks like he actually knew where he was going and what he's doing. He is right. It could have been an employee, or he could have been in town for a couple days prior to this and walked in and cased the building and saw where he was at. He might not be a former employee. We actually saw this with a couple different shootings in the past where the suspect would go into the building and he would like scope it out the day before. I'm trying to remember who that really racist guy was that went to the freaking that went to the grocery store with all of like the racist crap written on his rifle that he like live streamed. But he had actually gone to that grocery store the day prior. If I remember correct, it was either the day prior or 2 days prior, something of that nature, and gone in and like cased the place out, looked at the employees, looked at the clientele that was shopping inside of there, and went after him that way. So that's just sad, ladies and gentlemen, if that's the case of what was going on. Different scenes from the ground, law enforcement responding, like going into the area.
Tell me what you just heard. Multiple people injured on 34th floor. Purpose. What? Hey, do me a favor. Keep reading that scatter, Mustard and Wilson, and let me know. Give them updates in the chat, and I'll pin it. Go to the back, so you go to the side. Go to the side. Go to the side. No, but they're gonna push it this way. You cannot go down. You have to go on the other side. All right. Thank you so much.
for the crying out loud, man. CNN is just crushing it today. I want to point this out. CNN allegedly ended up saying this about the incident.
They do not know who he is. They know he is a male, possibly white. He's wearing sunglasses. He appears to have a mustache. And that picture has been...
Hey, Nate, look at that. It's your favorite news anchor sitting over there on the left. No, the suspect was not white, all right? He was not possibly white, although I could see how he would draw that conclusion, it being the United States of America in a mass shooting incident, but this is not a school.
Distributed to every police officer in New York City, particularly has been sent to the phones of the search teams inside that building, because whenever they encounter a group of people, the first thing they have to figure out is that individual among these people hiding among victims or pretending to be an office worker? Because one thing you don't want to have happen is to have this kind of cordon where you're trying to evacuate people in groups as you can get them to a safe corridor and have this person slip out with them. So yes, they have the picture and they have distributed to everybody on the scene.
Okay, yep. Epic failure there, CNN, epic failure. Holy crap.
Trying to expose where I live in New York City, but there is an active shooter outside of my apartment, right outside my apartment right now. He is an AR-15. The FBI is here. The police are here. There have already been police officers shot. I'm looking up at the police helicopter right there. Guys, this is actually outside of my apartment. An AR-15. I think already 5 police officers have been shot. Holy shit, I'm not leaving. I could see it from my apartment. I'm not trying to expose where I live in New York City, but
Y'all find that weird either? Like, lady's got a Star of David around her neck and the guy's over there shooting, and we got reports of Free Palestine stuff going down. Chris says the school trope doesn't work anymore. The last 5 or so school incidences were non-white shooters. Listen, man, it is a stressful situation, and it is a joke, and people really need to ease the hell up a lot more here in the United States of America. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with that. It just is what it is. So sorry if that offends you. I'm also white, and I'm also like 0.0001% African. So I'm covered on both sides thanks to 23andMe. Let's see here. Mosen says CNN is peak journalism. Insert monkey side eye meme. Yes, sir. I definitely understand that. Yeah. Bo Williams came in and gifting out 5 Speak the Truth memberships. Larry came in gifting out 1. Sky got in here dropping a big fat 2-0. And CJ Ladder in the house coming in gifting out Speak the Truth memberships as well. I'm going to keep the show rolling for you guys. I'm trying to figure out what the heck actually just transpired on the ground. Not a lot of information coming out. For those that are coming in, just give you guys a quick recap of the timeline of events. The location was at 345 Park Avenue. That is over in Midtown Manhattan. It's the office for Blackstone, and the NFL are mainly out of there. On the 33rd floor where the suspect went to is a Jewish-owned business called Rudin Management Company. The Rudin family is a New York real estate dynasty, all right, that came from Louis Rudinsky, a Polish Jewish immigrant. All right, he came over here and started buying up property in the 1900s. His 2 sons, Jack and Louis, are the current co-chairs. Even William C. Rudin, all born and inside of the same Jewish family. And as you guys can see, even this lady right here, Jewish, by saying it's right over there next to where she's at. That particular company specializes in property management. Like I said, we have at least 1 officer that has been confirmed to have been killed, and at least half a dozen so far, it looks like, that are wounded. Unknown, but the way it came down, I'm going to read you guys this statement from somebody that was listening to the dispatch radio here in just a sec. Let you guys know what they heard. Initial call came in at 6:30 p.m. for the fire department of a person shot. 6:40 NYPD ended up responding to officers and civilians hit by gunfire. 7:10 p.m. city issued a shelter void area alert. 7:22 p.m. local. Bloomberg said 3 people were hospitalized, and then it just kept going from there. Seemed to be like a little bit of confusion. Originally, they were saying the suspect was down and that he was dead, and then they ended up saying, no, he's still inside of the building and that there's an active situation within the building. Officers were going through clearing the building and checking the building for the suspect. We are still waiting on more information to see exactly what the hell went on. Kind of weird about the suspect himself. We ended up finding that information on him. And where he ended up coming from. There was a missing persons post on him a little bit ago. They are now saying that they were able to confirm the identity of this individual. Let me get back over here so I can pull it up for you. excuse me, saying that they have confirmed the identity of this individual. Let me get his name up here because I am task saturated. Shane Tamura. And interesting enough, we ended up finding a post of Well Squad scene. I'll just put this up here on the screen. This is, I scrubbed social media looking for him. Couldn't find anything on Facebook, IG, and or Twitter. There was a very old account of a Shane Tamura, and they said they've been looking for him. And the important thing is this is from 2018. This is a picture of him from back in the day, from when he was in high school. I believe I said it was 8 years old. They did end up pulling this off the scene, claiming that this belongs to the shooter, and identifying him. Oddly enough, it is a Las Vegas Metro Police Department concealed firearms permit for a Shane D. Tamura, and it does match the other. It does match the other pictures and stuff that we ended up getting off of him. Yeah, and to be confirmed. Or not to be confirmed, has been confirmed by the police department that the image that's on the thumbnail, this was Shane when he ended up showing up to the incident. I'm still looking for the images because there was a male and a female that ended up getting detained on the scene as well. And those were the initial reports that we ended up getting that were saying that they had 2 of the suspects in custody. One guy was screaming "Free Palestine," wearing a "Free Palestine" t-shirt. And that initial interview that I ended up having up, for those of you that missed it, let me get it up here because I think it is kind of pertinent. If I could find that lady that was speaking, give me a sec here to where she was talking about the suspect information himself, saying that he was shouting "Free Palestine." There was all the crap that was going along with him. Let me grab that video for you because, yeah, I want you guys to hear this and what this lady had to say because it definitely goes down to what the guy looked like. Give me a second as I scrub this video. There she is.
This guy, he comes out of here with the he's from Palestine. He keeps saying "Free Palestine." He got his face covered up in the Palestine stuff. He walking out. The police don't pay him no mind. I said it's him. And then they end up getting him. They got him and they put him to the ground and they got him. They got him. Tried to bomb it up. I don't know. He tried to bomb it up, and so did the lady. The lady that he came in there with, she left with a red bruise on her face, though. She went down in.
She was with him?
So it seems like there could be multiple suspects in this, or maybe that guy was just there by happenstance. It is New York City, and maybe he saw the guy and heard the guy scream "Free Palestine," and he fist bumped him in the air, and the cops just tackled him and took him into custody anyways. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty here in the United States of America. Yeah, but the suspect, yep. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate that update. You know who you are. I'm gonna go back over here and grab these ones. Yeah, this appears to be the information that's coming out. Oh my goodness. All right, let me see if I can grab this and get it over here real quick. This is the image. Let me grab this. This just actually came out. Copy image. No, not that. I don't want to put that on there. Give me one sec, ladies and gentlemen. Again, these things, you know, when they end up developing and you're a one-man show, it takes a hot sec. You know what I mean? So give me just a sec. Let me grab this link. Let me see if it'll work now. Sorry about that. Just so you guys are aware, this is an image of the gunman that got hit. You guys can see him right there, laying down on the floor, freaking firearm in hand. Office building is empty. That is over inside of 345 Park Avenue on Monday. They, again, say now that 3 civilians were also killed in addition to the police officer, and 6 additional ones have been wounded. Sorry for the photograph. It's just kind of how it ends up coming up when I put it up over there on the screen. Doing my best to grab that for you guys and make sure it's up there. So it's kind of weird, to be perfectly honest with you. And I'm now being told that there is another man that has been arrested. Yep, that's the one I'm tracking. That is the one I'm tracking. That's the guy. So let me grab that, and I'll put that up over here as well. This way I know where to get it. Thank you very much for sharing that photograph with me. That is the original video of the one that I saw. I don't know if he is officially arrested. For you that just sent me that photograph, can you confirm whether or not he was officially arrested versus just detained? Because he meets the description of what that lady was shouting earlier. I'm going to get this up on the screen for you guys as well, because like I said, it's getting kind of weird. Guys out of Vegas, and then, you know, this other gentleman is yelling "Free Palestine" as well, which is really freaking frustrating. And so this is the, let me grab this one. Get this up, because that eyewitness did say that there's a man and a woman that the cops ended up grabbing. This is another one. I have no idea, but she did say that they tried to bomb, quote unquote, bomb the place up. So this guy as well. Brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. 3, 2, and 1. This is the other guy. But we do know at a minimum that he was detained. Unsure if he was actually arrested, but with the other guy shouting "Free Palestine." Now, the lady did say that he had his face covered and was trying to freak everybody out. And so I don't know if this guy is actually involved in this incident or not, but you guys can see on his face, let me blow it up on the screen for you. You can see where his scarf is actually pulled back over the side of his face, where the police were reaching out to him. I'm getting more updates and stuff. You guys are filling me up with information. It's great. I love it. Absolutely love it. But that is allegedly the other suspect from the scene. And I got another one that ended up coming in. Noted, Moshi. Appreciate you. Grab this. So it looks like at a minimum right now, we've got a minimum of 2 suspects, and we got a statement from the mayor right now. Let me grab that and put that up on the screen for you. This was a statement from the mayor, who was allegedly not that far away. Ended up coming down. I want to get that up on the screen for you guys so we can listen to what the mayor had to say. Give me just one sec. Mayor Adams, I believe his name is, correct? Mayor Adams.
Mayor Eric Adams, and I'm here at the scene of 51st and Park Avenue. Unfortunately, we had a shooting here where, with multiple injuries, the perpetrator, the known perpetrator, is neutralized at this time. Those who are in the building, we're asking you to remain inside as police officers are doing a floor-by-floor search. We believe, again, the perpetrator is neutralized at this time. We're going over to the hospital to speak with the family and loved ones involved in this incident. We did have a shooter with multiple injuries at this time, but the perpetrator is neutralized.
All right. Thank you, Mayor Adams. Appreciate that. I want to confirm this picture real quick. Ross, appreciate you. One of the true supporters actually did end up coming and sharing a picture of the guy's firearm. So there's the gentleman right there. And allegedly, let me make sure this is the correct image before I put it up on the screen and say, yes, that's the one. I don't think that's the firearm, Ross. I don't. I mean, if it is, I mean, the original one. So Ross, I'm going to go ahead and share it anyways. Because it does come dang close. So there's the suspect with his firearm, but it looks like it's got a can on it. If you guys are taking a look at it down here, or a suppressor down at the bottom. So it looks like he's got a can on it. And it also looks like he's got a Coyote Tan sling, along with possibly a PMag or some type of polymer mag. We go back and we take a look at this photograph right here that Ross just ended up sharing with me, saying that that's the suspect's firearm. I don't know if it is, to be perfectly honest. I mean, the sling, it doesn't seem to match up, and neither does the fact that there is not a suppressor on the end of it, but they're saying that's what it is. Also, the other thing that I'm going to look at on that, because I did share it not that long ago, the image of inside where the suspect was down at, and it looks like I either deleted that picture or pushed it back up. Doesn't seem to match either. If I remember right, it was a linoleum floor, not a carpet floor. You know what, man? I might be freaking wrong. Well, that's different. That is his firearm. What the hell? What the hell? Hold on. No, that's not the same floor, dude. It can't be. No, this is getting weird. Hold on. I'm not sure if that's his firearm, buddy. Give me one sec, because I want to put this up so we can do a comparison with what you just gave me. I need to get this posted so I can put it up on the screen over here on this side, so that you guys are able to see this. Because I do believe, especially today, it's kind of odd that all of these things end up coming out more and more, right? As we look at this and we just continue to have issues. I want to grab this photograph and put it up over here on the screen before I put any more stuff up on there, and go down the same thread. Let me grab this. I don't think that's his firearm, Ross. I'm gonna put them side by side right here. I'm about to post this real quick. Stop. Dang it. There we go. Grab this photograph and put it in there. So suspect down photo coming up in just a sec. And then Ross, I want to see, because I have yours as well, up over here at the top. So give me one sec. So this is the photograph of the firearm that Ross ended up sharing, saying that this was his, and you can clearly see someone's taking a picture of it right up there over the top of it. Surprised that it made it out that quick. Again, there's the suspect's firearm itself as he's walking into the building. That's what he's got. But the weird part is this one right here. Let me get rid of that. I actually just need to grab a new tab and bring it over, because now this is getting weird. Let me grab this. It's amazing how stuff like this always seems to unfold. So there's that one that ended up coming out. Give me a sec. And I come inside and I take a gander here, and go down inside. So there's the suspect laying on the ground. And again, we had that confirmed photograph of him that was coming out. And you guys can see the floor definitely matches for the picture that ended up getting shared. However, his shoes, maybe not. They've got those all blurred out. But yeah, you can see the mag, you can see the sling coming down, and all that seems to be. But his can doesn't look like it's on there. So did the guy have two different freaking firearms? What the hell's going on here? Because this is allegedly, but it's but I mean, it's this. It appears to be the same, because you can see the tack light right there. But when we go back over here, that would be the other side of his rifle, but the freaking can's gone. I'm gonna jump. Maybe that's his sling just dangling down in front of the muzzle. That's hard to see. I want to know what you guys think over inside the chat. Like, is that a different firearm, or is that just his sling dangling? Because the sling itself seems like a completely different freaking. No, that would be the same. And then when we go and we look at what Ross showed, that's a different sling, Ross. I don't know, man. That's sketch, unless there's two different firearms inside that building, because that doesn't appear to be the same. He's got tan pistol grip. I see you guys over there jumping around. They're like losing it, probably inside the chat. It's very hard to make out from that CCTV footage whether or not it's the same, but there appears to be some other crap dangling off the front. Go over to the chat section, because you guys tend to freaking tell me what it is. That's the strap sling. It's too long. It's goofy. I mean, it could be, man. It could be, but the thing, I don't know. Is it? Is that what that is? That's kind of what I look at, but it's coming up over here, not at the bottom, and I see it sticking straight down. So I'm like, is that a can? Maybe not. There, and then we look at what Ross ended up sharing over, saying that that's the firearm that he ended up using. Yep. They originally said that he shot himself in the head, or that he shot himself at all. Normally, you're not going to see that bloody grip on there, so I'm assuming Leo's ended up hitting him as he was running away. Somebody shot him, and he ended up expiring on the floor right there. Hopefully that's what ended up happening. Yeah. God bless, man. What a horrible freaking situation. What a horrible situation that is. God, man. It's absolutely freaking horrible. Palmetto Arms is very visible. 3D printed sling? No. Or he made some adjustments. Could be. Take a poll, Matt. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a can. I'll take a poll on it, though. And the reason I'm asking is because we do have this other image of somebody that law enforcement ended up detaining on the scene. And we have that suspect that was stating that this guy was masked in and he was trying to bomb the place up, which is kind of weird. I don't know if he actually had a freaking S-vest or something, because she was saying bomb the place up. I don't know, man. James O'Rourke, possible baffle strike and took the can off. Yeah, it could be. Maybe he didn't have it screwed on all the way and he shot the dang can off. I mean, that's a possibility, but I also didn't see in this photo. Well, I mean, it could have been a QD that like snapped over top. Most of them don't do that for that particular caliber. They look like different guns. Yeah, they absolutely do, which is why I'm bringing that up. Somebody said it looks like a water ball. I don't know, man. But to me, it looks like it might be dangly stuff. I'm going to go with the sling on this one, but then you also have tan grips going on the side. No, that's a single point sling. That is a single point sling right up over there by his side, which kind of matches up for what this is. But you guys see the grips on here appear to be black. You guys see that? But then this side kind of also looks to be tan on the downside. And then that one that he ends up giving, it's got a tan wraparound. I'm not so sure that's the same gun, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, it kind of looks that way, but that CCTV footage is pretty blurry. So ooh, dude, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about that being the same firearm, to be honest. It's got a tan buttstock. That's got a tan buttstock. But it also has some weird crap dangling off of it as well. When you look at it, it very well could be the same firearm, but it might not be, because that photo, it looks a hell of a lot different. But my big concern was like the can on it, and if that was a can, and then the fact that we have another suspect allegedly that's in there. I see 55% are saying no. You guys are like split on it. Ain't that blurry? Yeah, it's too blurry right now. 2 arrests made, right? We have at least 2 other suspects that we heard of that were detained, a male and a female. And then we got this guy clearly that is, you know, in cuffs walking away. They have the witness statement. Let me grab that from the lady that was saying he was screaming "Free Palestine." The guy that was all freaking goobered up on it. Play this video again for you guys to hear what she actually said.
This guy, he comes out of here with the he's from Palestine. He keeps saying "Free Palestine." He got his face covered up in the Palestine stuff. He walking out. The police don't pay him no mind. I said it's him. And then they end up getting him, got him, and they put him to the ground and they got him. Tried to bomb it up. I don't know. He tried to bomb it up, and so did the lady. The lady that he came in there with, she left with a red bruise on her face, though. She went down in.
She was with him?
You know, I got a little bit clearer of a photograph from the CCTV footage that was just sent to me when I was over there looking. And I'm going to be honest, it looks a little bit different. Yeah, NYPD also has a woman in custody, I'm being told. Just throwing that out there. I have no idea what you're talking about. Whoever you are, you're an idiot. I don't deal with morons on live sessions. If you would like to come up, you are more than welcome to build your own YouTube channel and do that. Another report coming in from Fox.
1 reportedly dead. Sources also say the gunman shot himself on the 33rd floor. Currently, officers are sweeping the building to see if there's a second shooter. Fox correspondent Alexis McAdams is on the scene. And sources tell Fox that,
like, personally, I think that there could be multiple suspects that are actually involved. We do know that we ended up having them detained on that one. 30-round mag's a large mag. Whoever the hell's saying that, man. I hate some of these reporters sometimes. Yeah, that's not good. That actually looks like it could be inside the opposite building. I don't know if that's actually what they did to barricade themselves in, or if that's an AI-generated photograph, but that's being reported coming out saying that's from Blackstone employees that ended up doing that. Let's see. I want to go through some of these questions and see what we have in here. I know I missed a bunch of you guys' super chats. I want to double check. I'm not missing anything over here in the super chat section, but just off face value, there's a lot of weird crap that's already came out on this. So we'll end up seeing what ends up happening and what they actually end up saying. I'm sure Epstein killed himself too. CJ Ladder came in, gifting us Speak the Truth membership. Tristan Allen said, don't forget Michigan over the weekend. STRC looks like a water bottle, simple silencer for 3 or 4 shots. The dark end of the bottle is from black powder. The bottle probably popped off after the first few shots. I've heard of people doing that, but there's a lot of gas coming out of freaking 2. I don't know if it can do that. CCTV looks like a sling, not a can. The photo on the ground looks like it has a muzzle device, so he would have had to have swapped. Yeah, exactly. It's not. It's a regular old bird cage, but I mean, you can. But I'm gonna go unlikely with a can. Tristan says, Matt, don't forget Michigan as well, right? Remember the movie shooter? What did he use on the boat? I don't know what you're talking about with a boat. I'm gonna be honest with you. Chris Blood, member of 14 months. CJ, Speak the Truth membership. Russ Nader says, howdy, y'all. I'm back. Matt, I just tagged in a post. Ended up seeing that. Got you already. Ted Bundy, Matt. Love you, brother. Good to see you sharp and better as ever. Charge hard, bro. Hell yeah. Art gifting out 5 Speak the Truth memberships. Budo 18, I thought AR-15s were illegal in New York. Yeah, I mean, that everybody knows, man. Like, criminals obey firearms laws, right? Everybody knows that. Mosen says CNN is peak journalism. Insert monkey. Yeah, dude, I freaking hate CNN. They're the freaking worst sometimes. Like, honestly, they really are. Like, freaking bane of journal. Like, they really need to get their ish together, to be honest with you. All right, looks like that's all the information that's came out on this so far, and I highly doubt we're going to get any more as this situation continues to unroll. I'm sure NYPD, the way they're going, is going to end up having a press conference. Oh, God. Yep. Hey, what do you know? I was right on the money.
Good afternoon. I will provide you information about this incident that is known at this time. The unidentified male suspect was observed walking onto the parking lot of the GSR from the north part of the property. The suspect continued walking on foot to the valet area of the GSR.
That says Nevada. That's not the right place. Reno, Nevada. That's from 2 hours ago. There was a shooting in Reno? What the hell? That guy's from Nevada. There was a mass shooting in Nevada earlier?
Nevada, where there has been a deadly shooting at a casino. Take a look. The scene outside the Grand Sierra Resort, where police say a man opened fire around 7:30 this morning. Reno council member Devin Reese told the Reno Gazette-Journal that 2 people were killed, 4 others have been taken to the hospital, including the suspected gunman who was shot by police. Police say the victim's conditions are not clear. An investigation is underway.
Well, I'm sure this guy hailing from there has absolutely nothing to do with this whatsoever. There's no way these are linked. What's this guy say?
Provide you information about this incident that is known at this time. The unidentified male suspect was observed walking onto the parking lot of the GSR from the north part of the property. The suspect continued walking on foot to the valet area of the GSR. Once at valet, the suspect produced a handgun and pointed it at a group of victims. The suspect's firearm malfunctioned. However, he was able to make it operable. Once operable, the suspect fired multiple times at the group of victims at valet. In total, 5 people in the valet area sustained gunshot wounds, and 1 victim was pronounced deceased on scene. 4 other victims were transported to a local area hospital. Of those 4 victims, 1 was declared deceased at the hospital, 2 victims remain in critical condition, and 1 has been released from the hospital. It was later determined that the suspect had multiple firearm magazines with him at the time of the shootings.
7:30 a.m. this morning, local.
The suspect then fled back north through the parking lot, at which time a GSR security officer located the suspect in the parking lot, and the suspect opened fire on the security guard. The security officer returned fire at the suspect. The suspect then continued fleeing north through the parking lot. Another victim was driving through the parking lot, and the suspect opened fire on this person, striking the victim. That victim was pronounced deceased on the scene. Reno police officers arrived on scene and located the suspect, where he fired upon officers, striking a patrol vehicle. An officer-involved shooting then occurred. Multiple officers from the Reno Police Department discharged their firearms, striking the suspect. The suspect was taken into custody and transported to a local area hospital, where he remains in critical condition. In total, 6 victims were shot. 3 of them are now deceased, 2 remain in critical condition, and 1 was released. At this time, we have no reason to believe there is a connection between any of the victims and the suspect, and we have no known motive by the suspect. Our condolences to all persons involved in this tragic incident, especially to the family members of the deceased. The Sparks Police Department is lead on the investigation and will be assisted by the Washoe County Sheriff's Office. This is an active investigation. Any new information related to the investigation will be released by the Sparks Police Department through written communication when possible.
Holy crap. So shooting this morning over inside of Las Vegas, that had to have happened when I was on the road this morning. So shooting over inside of Las Vegas. And then this evening, we end up having this take place over inside of New York. Suspect carrying a Las Vegas concealed permit on him. Concealed weapons permit. Free Palestine, according to the victims, is some of the victims that were over at the scene, or witnesses, if you will, of what they ended up hearing. God bless, man. It's getting real, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all seriously need to stay safe. We're going to continue to look into this. I'm going to see if I can develop some more information for you guys. I'll be coming in back hot 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, first thing tomorrow morning, with some more information. If something else ends up breaking or coming out, you guys, I will do my best to run my butt down here and get back into it. Had literally about, 10, 12 plus hours on the road today, trying to do some other things. I'm actually waiting on confirmation. I got told I've got a possibility of interviewing the ground force commander from the Israeli Defense Force inside Gaza as well. Hopefully that ends up going through. But again, that situation on the ground is ever changing as well over inside there. So you guys just bear with me, okay? I'm doing my absolute best to get these things in for you as quick as possible. I will see you. If you haven't yet, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with your notification bell turned on. I've got a feeling things are going to get weird coming up over this week. Trump did, for those of you, the guys that did not know, Trump did announce that he's going to be shortening the time for the additional sanctions over on Russia. Iran came out and said that they're not going to be dealing with the uranium enrichment program. And of course, we have all these instances going on over inside of Gaza. Just saw a super chat come through by somebody else. I want to make sure that I end up reading that one as well. Grand Sierra Resort. Andrea says, NYPD officer here, 27-year-old Muslim male confirmed dead. Yep, there you go. Yep. There you go. Did we get suspect information from Las Vegas PD yet? Anybody over in the chat? I didn't see it. Let me see if that got released yet. Jump over here, because if they're connected. Give me a sec. I'm trying to see if we've got any witness statements that had anything alleged. I got a feeling you guys are just going to be telling me over in the chat. Nut job activity. No, coordinated attacks. That's the problem. Coordinated attacks. And these are the things that I've been warning about for a while. Having those different types of things coming out from either, what's being a result of what's taking place overseas. It was reported that suspects were shouting "Free Palestine" over inside of New York. I'm trying to determine real quick if we got a motive over inside of Vegas, because this guy, the suspected shooter, the dead guy that was shooting everybody up, over inside of New York allegedly was shouting "Free Palestine." I'm trying to figure out right now real quick if there was something going on as well. So, Yep. It's not getting a clear answer on that right now, so I'll have to get back to you guys. on that. I apologize. It doesn't look like it came out yet. If you guys do, drop it down in the chat section, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Peace, love, happiness. God bless. God bless, man. I am out of here today.